Welcome back to the Brick Abbey, continuing our build here with the Lego Star Wars Yoda set. We did our organization of bags 6, 7, and 8, and we're going to dive right in. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and that you hit all those buttons. We really appreciate the support and all the folks who have been enjoying the content. This is a 4x6 that we need. That's going to be one of these guys, and we're just going to get started. We're going to jump right in. I always like when I hit a little bit of a rhythm with these videos. So some you guys probably can't tell. Well, maybe you can. I don't know. But sometimes I take a pretty big break in between when I can record, and then other times, like I just left the table here in the office, just out. And it makes it nice just to come in and everything is set up for me and I can just jump right back in. It'd be amazing if I could have a dedicated space like that to where I could just leave it, you know? That's one of the reasons it just sometimes doesn't happen because of just the time it kind of takes. It's not super cumbersome, but it does take a little bit of time. Oops. We put that one a little bit too close. Just takes a little bit of time, and that can be just enough motivation to not do it. And I don't know, maybe that's a lesson for life that you should is that one of the yellow ones? No, it's not. You should set things up in a way that makes, your daily, habits or something that you're trying to do. I don't want to sound like a life coach, but I kind of am getting into that, I guess. Right now, I'm not getting into that. I'm not. But if you set up your day to make those new habits more maybe conducive or easy, remove the little teeny tiny barriers, the micro barriers that might be keeping you from doing something. Don't give yourself the out, I guess is what I'm saying. Because if I have this in here in the room set up like this, then when I come in the room, instead of working on other projects or other videos, it's like, well, I'll do a Lego video, Just sort of happens naturally. And I think that might be a good lesson. I'm going to apply that in my own life, I think. I'm thinking about all the things I try to do with my mornings, just using my time well, and I think I'm kind of preaching to myself here about how to, improve some of my efficiencies or, just new habits and things that you'd like to do. I like my mornings to be productive at a personal level, and I've been listening to these lectures on the history of philosophy, and they're fascinating and they're interesting. It's a good way to get the brain moving in the morning is to engage with some type of a topic that you're interested in. And I've been meaning to listen to more books on tape because I got like an Audible subscription for a present, and I have all these credits and I'm not using them. So I was like thinking I should start listening to more books in the morning. And the morning just so quickly gets consumed by work and responsibilities. But maybe if I take some of my advice from this video, this Brick Abbey Lego video, maybe I'll start to do it. Maybe, we'll see. It's always easy to make commitments. It's the follow through that's the challenge. But I don't know if people still do this. I try not to do the whole New Year's resolution thing. It's like, do I want to feel like a failure in February? Failure February, everybody sets themselves up to feel bad. I think, new commitments and new things that you might want to do, I think they can be really, really good. But I think you have to be careful because you just set yourself up to feel shame or discouragement. And then the next time you really want to do something, you'll just talk yourself out of it because, the last time you didn't follow through. I like to set little teeny obtainable goals. And you feel really good. Puts a little pep in your step. And then, I think maybe that'll make you more effective. I think I'm more effective when I do that. It's like I take the next idea or the next project a little bit more, seriously. Because it's like, well, oh, I see what they want me to do. Okay. Making some kind of a step or something. So we're putting one underneath like that. And then 2 on top like that. There we go. And it wants me to come down here on the corner. Oh, I see what it did. Okay. Cool. Moving through the bigger pieces and the yellow pieces. And that's going to line up there. Yellow's going to go there. There we go. Let's see here. One of the things speaking of audiobooks, one of the things I don't like about audiobooks is I don't have the physical book to write in and make, notes and stuff. I love doing that. And that's one of the things about audiobooks that I don't like. I like being able to speed it up. Every person's different, but some voices are really conducive to, speeding it up. So then you get through the book faster. Makes you feel I mean, this is dumb, maybe a little bit vain, but it kind of makes you feel smart. You're consuming content at a rapid rate, like your data from Star Trek or something, flying through books really quickly. That's silly. It's kind of true. That's I don't know. I do that with books. You want to be well read, but more you want to be known as someone who's well read, if that makes sense. Instead of just reading the books and benefiting from them privately, it's like, which of your friends has recently run a marathon? Don't worry, they'll tell you. It's like one of those things. You want the praise and the admiration, and I mean, it makes sense. You put all that time and effort into something, and you want people to know. That's why I think it's important to have community, have friends and people that can celebrate those things, with you. I think that's been transformative in my own life, having a group of people, a group of men. Well, it's families, but I spend time with just the men, talking and just thinking through life and parenting and golly, all the challenges. You always feel like you're not. It's like the ever-present struggle of a parent is you try really hard to do a good job. It's going to be easy to feel like you're not doing a good job. That's a 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. There's another piece very similar in size, so I was just making sure. But yeah, it can be tough, and I think this is so true. I think for just anything in life, find other people that are swimming up the streams you're trying to swim up, and it can help. It can be encouraging, I think. That even just people that enjoy the things that you enjoy, it can be nice. So we've got 4, and then the 2 thicks in that. Okay, we're good. All right, we can start putting pieces on. I always want to make sure. It's really easy to get it wrong, and then you start going out there to put the pieces on. You're like, wait a minute, something's wrong. Okay, just like that, and then this piece is going to span. Oh, wait. We forgot to do this part. Yeah, that's going to go there. And then this is going to come across. Yeah, we almost missed that part. I was like, wait a minute. There's a piece on there. I was too busy counting the pieces that we need. I didn't pay attention to the top section. There we go. I always wonder what that's like as a viewer. Are you paying that close attention to the instructions that you're like, come on, bro, put the thing on? You know, am I unintentionally triggering people? They're like, come on. So that's my son. I'll speak to him, and he'll say the things back to me that I say to him. I'm like, come on, bro. And he'll be like, come on, bro. We are working on that though, because he's getting a little disrespectful, and it's hard because he's funny. You know, you want to foster that. He is so gifted with comedic timing. I don't know if I've ever seen it in a kid like this before. Obviously, everybody thinks their kids are brilliant, but in my kid's case, it's true. No, but seriously, I've watched a lot of interviews and a lot of conversations and just studied stand-up comics as a subject. Like, I'll rewatch somebody and I'll, analyze their joke crafting and the artistry. And something that's really impressed me with my son is his just innate understanding of comedic timing. It is impressive. And it can be really hard because, he can get a little flippant, and there's an air of humor to it, but it's not good for him for us to not really check him on it, because then he's going to be disrespectful to teachers or, other adults, and that is not really setting him up for success there, because we've all been around those kids, and they tend to turn out pretty terribly. It's sad, honestly, but it is true. These kids that they're never given the structure and that sense of safety and security that they need, so they're just sort of perpetually lashing out, and they end up taking it into their adulthood and their friendships, and, it's tough. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat, so I was looking for the mute button. I don't have that. I don't have that close at hand. My little stream. Sorry. Now that there's a Steam Deck, I have a Stream Deck, which was out first, and it can get a little. I can say the wrong thing. Yeah. So. Yeah, parenting. Good night. What a thing that is. Like, you're responsible for the formation of like a little mind. No pressure, no pressure. You're just heavily influencing how a person views themselves in the world. It's, no pressure. Just do a good job. You have to laugh at the absurdity of it, because there's an air of absurdity to parenting. It's here's a person, they're yours, there you go home, feed them, make sure they're healthy and everything else. Oh, and also one more thing, everything you do is going to get downloaded into a database. It's their brain. It's going to heavily influence their entire life. They'll have issues in adulthood depending on how, you respond when you stub your toe or pinch your finger. So, good luck. I'm in one of those moods where I'm in a good mood, so you can just laugh at those things. The chaos of the morning, it's a cliche for a reason, that Sunday morning family trying to get out the door for church. And I try to enjoy it. I try to enjoy the chaos and the fireworks that sort of occur. You know, because one day they won't be here and the house will be quiet, you know. It'll be that annoying quiet, a quiet that you can hear, you know, almost a buzz. And it's one of those things where, you know, you blink and your kids are old and moving on, right? So I try to enjoy the chaos of it, because one day it won't be. My daughter has established what she wants to do when she turns 18. She is, I can't wait to tell her this when she's older, but when she turns 18, she is moving to New York so that she can live right by the Balto statue. And she is dead serious. She's going to build a house right next to it. We're like, well, we don't think you can do that. And I don't really know if that's how you make a life-altering decision. But hey, girl, you know, if that's what you want to do. And obviously she has a sense that it's silly. You know, she knows that would be somewhat ludicrous. She said the other day she wanted to move to Florida. And I was like, oh. I was like, no, you don't. You don't want to move to Florida. She's like, yes, I do. I said, okay, well, we'll bring you down here once in the summer. We don't go down in the summer anymore. When they were younger, she doesn't really remember this, but then, you know, when they were like, you know, babies, we went in the summer and it was awful. I mean, it was July. So it was like the worst time. You know, ask a Floridian, like, when's the worst time to come to Florida? They're like, oh, you know, July, August. It's like it's so hot. Even Florida residents don't want to go anywhere. And so I told her, I was like, well, we don't bring you down here anymore, you know, in the summer. I'll bring you down one summer and we'll come right back. You'll see. It's like you get to come in, like, you know, February or March when it's so pleasant and, you know, 70s and nice. And it got like a teeny bit hot one day when we were there recently. And she's like, it's so hot. She's like super dramatic, you know. She can be a little extra. And I was like, girl, I was like, this is nothing. I was like, this is nothing. I was like, you think this is hot? And I don't like doing that. You know how people do that. Somebody will send out a tweet about how hot it is. Like, it's not hot where you are, bro. My state is colder or hotter than your state. You know, competitions that happen. The things that we attach ourselves to. It's so funny. You know, it's like we get real passionate about our sports teams and our weather as well. It's funny to me. Where are we on time? Oh, okay, cool. We are doing great. We're doing great. I say that like that super supportive mom that, you know, is always super encouraging. You're doing great, honey. It's like, what measure am I using to claim that we're doing great in a particular video, you know? I just say it because we are doing great. I believe in me and I believe in you. This content's getting into the absurd here. Oh, we got to stagger and then put it on like that. Okay. And then there's one here. And then there's one there. Oh, look at that. Bag 7 time. Okay, so we're gonna set that to the side there. Okay. And then we're gonna grab, there's only 2 of these, so that's a pretty easy spot. And this guy's gonna go right up there. All right. Let's see here. It wants us to do the other one. And then we're going to attach like so. I really like this playlist. I think it works well for what we're doing. All right, I'm gonna have to reassess something very quickly here. Let's do that. There we go. I need to be able to bring the page out. Okay, so we're going to take, it looks like, here and here, and then here. Okay, there we go. All right, so this, we'll start from this side so that we know it's right, because that anchor point is a little bit easier to see. And there we go. Okay. Then we're going to flip over, and we need one of these. And that is a 2x6. There we go. And it wants us to do that. And back we come. Back right side up. Is that a 4? That is. It's a 4. There. 2x. A 2x4. Okay. And then that goes underneath. Like so. Alright. Ooh. One of the fancy greens. The glare on the page is messing with me. It's hitting. You can't see from the angle of the camera, but the light hits some of these spots on the page, and oh buddy, I tell you, I can't see. It makes, I have, my vision's perfectly fine. I'm not like in denial. I get my eyes checked, you know, I wear glasses. I've never had a problem seeing, you know, books and things right in front of me. But man, I gotta tell you, when I do these videos, because this isn't normal lighting that you would read under, you know, it's like this, it's like the studio lights. So it's like, man, sometimes I'm like, oh, I feel old, you know, starting to have trouble seeing, but it's literally only when I'm in here doing these vids. Like that, and then like that. Perfect. All right, I gotta bring some of these down, and the squares are in a weird spot. Yeah. The squares shouldn't have ended up there. They should have been down here according to like size hierarchy, but I'm not that rigid whenever I organize the pieces. So it's fine. And that's the last one of that. Wait, I've confused myself. No. I looked up here. We're down here. So that, and that. We don't need this. Okay. Sorry. I was getting ahead of myself. Okay, so the green goes right on top of the green. Stagger the square over. That goes on there. And then this goes out there. Okay. 2 of the big guys. There we go. And let's see here. I believe that's an 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes. 2, 4, 6, 8. All right. It's like they're just, some of them are just close enough to each other in size that it can be a little confusing. Okay, so we do that. And then we're gonna do, wait, like that. Huh. It's always interesting when they have you, some of the pieces that they have you make ahead of time like that. It's always a little interesting. I'm like, what am I doing? I always figure it out. Okay. That's a 2 by 6 there, and a 1 by 4, and then we need one of these little 2 guys, one of the singles, and then we need these 2 blocks like so. All right, so okay, let's start there. Let's build from there, because that's gonna hang off. This is going to come across and then round out with the single like that. And then it looks like we're going to go Little black there. Okay. And then we're going to cover that. Add a black there. And then that. And then that. And that. Perfect. All right. Okay. We need another 4. One of the big long ones. Here, this one's by itself. We'll take it out of there. Excuse me. Well. I see. This one's gonna go like so. All the way across. And then get topped off with that black piece. This is going to jut out by a whole square, and then that piece, and then that. Okay, perfect. All right. This is a quick one here. Just like that there. And that there like that. All right. Another one of these guys as well as a 4 here. Let's do this. Satisfy some people's like. I don't like. I probably have said this in other videos. I don't like to say OCD like an idiom because it's like a real thing. I think people do that, right? They'll say something like that, like, "Oh, my OCD," or that gives me PTSD. I'm like, I don't know if we should do that. Like, I don't like to police people's language. I think that gets, we've gotten into an absurd world in that regard, right? Can't say that, But I do try to be cognizant of that. I have an education and a background in counseling and psychology. And I just wonder, people that actually have PTSD or OCD, hearing it used kind of flippantly. It makes me think of my daughter has an egg allergy, and people will say they're allergic to something when they have an intolerance. And it really, it can be a little irritating to my wife. She's like, people use the word, allergy or allergic. She's like, so flippantly. It's one of the reasons why sometimes people don't take an allergy seriously. They think, oh, they're fine, right? They could probably have a little bit. It's like, no, they can't. They can die. They could and very likely would die. Like some people, it's that serious, like if it's anaphylactic. So, I don't know. I think about that too, If somebody genuinely has that, would they be sort of brushed off or taken less seriously? Because people hear people say it all the time. Oh, my OCD. Oh, my, that gives me PTSD, I was like, no, these are real things that, people probably need help with. No, not probably. They do, and I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a contributing factor in cheapening that, It's, I know for a fact, hang on, we're going to have to do this. I know for a fact, like with like I said, with my wife, it can be irritating with the allergy thing. And, I can only imagine. Wait, nope. Oh, no. I just put that one down. It's going to be really hard to get back up. Okay, we're going to have to come at it from another angle. I don't have one of those orange things, and I just let me pause the recording. Okay. All right, we got it out of there. I was like, it's not going to be good for the episode for me to sit here and struggle. Funny thing was, I'm not kidding you. I paused the video. I got it off like very next try. It just came off really easily. There we go. I'll be honest, I'll have to practice with one of those orange things, so when something like that happens, I can like have it maybe off camera and just grab it, quickly. I just noticed the time too, so let's finish this page. I was like, that would have been a great ending to the video. Well, guys, I can't get the piece off. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. we're gonna move on to the next Lego set. This one's ruined. Oh man, that'd be a really, really funny channel, but I think people would I don't think they would get on with the channel for very long. They'd be like, he never finishes any of the sets. He never finishes any of the sets. So is that on that one? Okay. And all the way here at the tippity top, got this. There we go. That's perfect. That's the way. And then we're going to do that. Okay. And this. There we go. That's like a great spot to end. We put the whole piece together, and we've got a whole new section to work on. So I tell you what we're gonna do. I know. I can hear people saying that they like the organization, because I'm tempted just to like do the hand shove. Just shove all these up. Man, I wonder how many people would subscribe and follow a Lego channel that just never finished builds. You get all committed and invested. I don't think it would do very well, because I think after one set the gimmick would wear off and be like, okay, it was kind of funny, but now I know every time this person starts a Lego set, they're not going to finish it. You wouldn't buy in. Anytime they started one, you'd be like, yeah, no, I'm not watching. Well, I tell you what, thanks for continuing to hang out with me and watch these videos here at the Brick Abbey. We'll see you in the next video.